my dear Sitecore family. This is special episode because this episode marks the silver jubilee for Sitecore Tech Talks podcast. Yes, that's correct. Today is podcast number 25 and today we have Nilay Patel with us. So let me introduce Nilay to you. Nilay joined Horizontal 3 years back as an intern, and after his internship, he joined in as a full-time employee here, and he has been working on a number of solutions, which also include a solution on XM Cloud, and he has just dropped it. We worked together on one of the projects, and I was really fascinated to look at his passion for technology and his solution-oriented approach, and the way in which he was helping the clients out and being a great consultant overall. So well, that's a brief about Nilay for you. Nilay, first of all, I want to thank you for your time, for being here on Sitecore Tech Talks.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to connect with our Sitecore community.
Yeah. So, today's episode is about his journey, wherein we will really look at how if you are fresh out of college and you are starting off on Sitecore, what and how can it help you? So hopefully this episode will kind of help you, throw some light and maybe guide you. So Nilay, let's start with the conversation here today. So tell me, let's start from your K-12 or 12th standard or 10th standard and your schooling basically. So where are you from and where have you done your schooling from?
So I was born and brought up in Anand, Gujarat, and I attended my high school there, in DN High School, and I was always a backbencher, and I really enjoyed going to school and meeting friends and doing all that fun and studying and all that, and also bunks.
Yeah. So I think another common thing that we have is both of us are backbenchers. Sure. So from 10th standard, you chose science or commerce?
Yeah, I was in science.
You're in science, and from there, did you have both maths and biology, or?
No, I was only having maths.
So technically, you had decided that you want to do engineering.
Kind of. I was not sure about the engineering, but we can say I was going with the flow.
Okay. All right. And from there, how was your 12th and how did your college go?
12th was good, and I decided to go with the engineering, but I was not sure which stream, and kind of it all happened. There were rounds for admissions, and I was still hoping till that last round, and I went to the Ahmedabad center for the offline round.
Yeah.
And there I got to know that there is one last seat in information technology at our institute, and kind of it happened.
So basically, you even though you went with the flow, probably there was something in destiny for you to go towards IT.
It was fate.
Nice. All right. So, which were kind of your favorite subjects if you talk of IT?
Mainly, I was focused more on both the part development and security. And development is kind of work I do, and security side is more of a hobby for me.
Interesting, because I have hardly heard anybody saying security being my hobby. Would you like to elaborate more? Do you have any experiences or stuff?
Yeah, after I get into college at the Nilay Patel Institute of Technology, I spend my time looking into the bugs, security flaws that applications, web applications and mobile applications have that are critical and vulnerable. So I spend many of my time in that only, and along with that I also did development in various frameworks and various technologies. But yeah, if we talk about security, so there was an event in my college, kind of a breakthrough report. So I found some critical vulnerabilities which was exposing users data, and which were allowed me to alter or temper the financial data of that application. So I exploited that vulnerability and informed that team that this is the vulnerability present in your application. So yeah, that was the, I think, first time I reported something to the team. Yeah, but it never stopped after that.
Yeah. So basically, you did some ethical hacking.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's always good because then more often than not we develop applications, but there would be situations in future as well that we might need to think of some securities, and we might not have thought of them. So I'll give you a very general example. Now with headless, we have that every API is being called from the next or the rendering host application, right? But then some APIs you should not.
Yeah.
As an example, if you are having a product solution,
Yes.
right, which is using the API keys and all, you cannot pass it from a front-end application.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it like this, that security is a mindset. I mean, whenever you start writing that first line of code, that should be in your mind that I would develop this code in a way that it should be robust and secure. I mean, sometimes even console logs also get us into the trouble.
Oh yes.
So yeah, you never know.
Yeah. So I remember one of the experiences where we were developing solution for the clients. I think it was maybe 10 or 12 years back where I'm talking about. They had a security agency which they had hired, who used to do frequent checks on the solution. And one of the vulnerability which came out was that the IIS version is being exposed in your headers.
Okay.
So, I mean, at that particular point of time, I was like maybe just a couple of years of experience into the industry, and I was like, I mean, yeah, I am posting my website on IIS. How can that be a vulnerability, right? I mean, IIS is secure, but later talking to my mentors and leaders, I came to know that it's quite a possibility that, let's say, the IIS with a specific version, somebody found some loophole. I mean, of course, Microsoft is going to take care of it and they know and all those things. But what if there is a vulnerability which was found in that particular version of IIS, which some hacker or cracker, utilized to expose some data? It would be very difficult.
It would be disaster for that application. The business can get into the trouble.
A lot of trouble. So yeah, that is exactly when I never really thought about how important security was, but that one experience was, I think, enough to tell me why we should be thinking in that direction. Anyways, good, you came to know about it even earlier than that. So in that case, Nilay, how did you get selected at Horizontal?
It was a wonderful experience, I can say. Our placement drive was going on, and Horizontal came to our campus. I mean, it was a COVID period, so it was online, and it was a presentation day, and they played one song in that first presentation of the organization. So it was a song, Ye Tara Wo Tara Har Tara, if you remember. So it was a song from Swadesh movie of Shah Rukh Khan, and in that movie he's playing a role of teacher and saying to every children that no matter how small or insignificant you may seem, but you are always important. I mean, you always have some place in this world, and you will always shine. So that was kind of different in the entire history of our placement drive. That organization played some song and delivered a message that all of you are important to us.
Yeah.
So it started with that, and then I got selected from the first round, and then interview happened. And yeah, interview was also kind of an amazing for me. It was, it was my second interview, I think. So yeah, it was somewhat unique. The questions they asked, their behavior as an interviewer, and the culture they represents. It was all different, and it was amazing interview experience.
So finally, you decided to join.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you started off as an intern, how was your onboarding done in the organization, and how you started learning technically?
Yeah, if I say about technology, I always believed in going through very different technologies. I mean, I worked in Android native, in Flutter, in PHP, iOS, and many other technologies. But I never, I also worked with augmented reality applications and all that. But I never worked with Sitecore or .NET. And then it happened, and I got a chance to learn .NET and C# and this Sitecore. So yeah, we had our mentors in the internship. I still remember day one where we got introduced to our team members and other team here in Horizontal. So they were all like happy faces and welcoming and all. So it was kind of an experience I'll remember for a lifetime. It was my first day in corporate.
Right. Okay. So when you came in, you didn't know Sitecore, you didn't even know .NET.
Yeah.
So you had training sessions for .NET and then for Sitecore as well.
Yeah, actually, our mentors have already kind of prepared us before we got into the internship. We had some sessions in past before joining that these are the paths that you will follow to learn the .NET and all things. So we were kind of somewhat prepared for what was coming. So we prepared with .NET and C#, and then after the internship, in the internship, we learned the Sitecore. And also, I would like to highlight that in internship also our mentors and managers were working very hard, and every single thing was precise and documented, and everything was like real project. I mean, no one can tell that this is internship project. It was all like real corporate project. I still remember that.
Right. So you mentioned it was like a real project. Can you elaborate that point?
Okay. So I'll give this comparison. Let's go to 3-4 months after the internship. So we have this viva and final examinations after our internship project. So we all students were in that particular room, and we all were preparing for our viva and submissions. And that time we got to know that we people at Horizontal are the only different ones. I mean, we were fully prepared with all the documentations and everything, and I mean, we knew every single bit of that project that we worked, and that our mentors also worked hard. So it was different from everyone. Not a single person had done that kind of work in that internship project.
Right.
So that represents that how our mentors care about this internship project, and how they care about the newcomers or the freshers or the interns, you can say.
Right.
So this was kind of work that they have done.
Sure. So let's say your internship was over, you went back to the college and came back as an employee. If we look at it, what was the learning curve after coming back as an employee?
Yeah, so after I came back from a month-long vacation, so I started as an employee, and after some time I got one project, and it was from Sitecore GSS, and I didn't knew about anything about Sitecore GSS at that time because I was prepared for plain Sitecore and .NET and everything there. But GSS was new for me. So yeah, but the team I had, Kiran and Rajesh, they were with me. So they are wonderful people. I mean, they supported me in every single aspect. The project manager also, I also got support from the QA, and yeah, everyone was supportive and giving the hands to help. So it was a new technology. I was nervous. I was at some point of time I was frustrated with that technology, that I have to deliver this work and I don't know anything about it. But yeah, it all just happened because I had people behind me. So yeah.
Well, let's say you did those things and all. How do you? I mean, I'm just switching the gears a bit here because I'd like to see how you took help overall from Sitecore community to learn these things. Like, what all did you refer to learn? Let's say GSS for that matter, because technically your training was over, and that I'm sure you would have done as a self-learning.
Yeah. So GSS learning was going on with my project work. So I was learning with experience, you can say. I was learning from my teammates, and I was also referring to Sitecore Documentations and Sitecore e-learning platform also they have. Also there are some Sitecore YouTube channels, and yeah. So there were material available to refer and learn, and there are also various blog posts which are awesome, you can say. So that helped me a lot to get into the GSS part of Sitecore. And yeah, it was headless technology, new signing technology. So yeah, it was amazing, awesome.
I'm sure you had different learnings as well, because I think like when you talk of, let's say, 3 years back, having that worked on the technology, I mean, currently what it is versus what it was then, because it just launched kind of a thing. I think 1 or 1.5 version or something.
Yeah.
The earlier versions of
Yes.
GSS. So you would have had a lot of learnings.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was a new thing at that time, but yeah, community was also supportive, and you get all the support when you ask.
Yes.
So
That's good. So recently you also worked on XM Cloud, and you're also, I think, an XM Cloud certified developer.
yes,
So how was your learning curve for XM Cloud?
XM Cloud was, I can say, different somewhat. I can say we did some learning in horizontal in-house trainings and all that. So that introduced me to the XM Cloud, and I was fascinated by this SaaS platform, wherein everything was a business focused and decoupled. I mean, you can have everything you want, and you can decouple everything you don't want. And it was mainly focused, I mean, we can say it was focused on business side of it more, and it made developers' life easy from the earlier versions of Sitecore.
When you look at XP solutions in headless and XP solutions, like, I think when you learned, you said, because you said JSS was different and a little difficult to learn. I would like to know the difference between a learning approach, because I think initially you would have done MVC, Sitecore MVC, and then you had to do JSS. So what was the difference in the learning approach?
Learning approach was different because JSS involves configurations and different aspects, like you have different technologies from backend, front end, and then you connect it and everything like. And in plain you have everything in Visual Studio, and you just learn it. But in here you will also have to learn JSS frameworks, also JavaScript frameworks. So you learn that and you already know the backend part of it, and that makes the difference. I mean, that makes you a DX engineer.
Cool. Well, Nilay, do you give back to the community from where you learned?
Yeah, I always try to keep people posted what I learn and what I know different from what already people have contributed. So yeah, recently I was also posting and writing about security stuff of Sitecore CV, because I feel it is important to focus on security aspect of Sitecore also, because Sitecore is also putting a lot of hard work to make their product very secure and robust. So it is very much important to make people aware about the security of Sitecore. And XM Cloud just made our life easy in security terms also, because if you see all the updates they people will do, Sitecore will do, and they will just auto update everything. You don't need to update the security patches, and you don't need to worry about any compliances or regulations or any other stuff that you would have done in other systems. But XM Cloud just made that very easy to maintain and regulate
and stay updated with the enhancements. Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. Well, let's say I'm an intern and I am starting off, like I'm fresh out of college, and you know what, I just heard about Sitecore, and you want to guide me to do a few number of steps so that I can get onto Sitecore. If you can help me, what would they be?
Firstly, I would welcome to the horizontal. Here you will learn everything about Sitecore, but you can start with .NET and MVC first, because that's the base of Sitecore, and you can start with that C#, .NET, and then you can connect with like-minded people from Sitecore community which are well aware of the product and which are experienced in that product. So you can get some learnings from that. You can refer to the blog posts which are available for the roadmap to learn Sitecore, so that are also available in Google, so you can refer to that. And always Sitecore e-learning is there for you, so that you can also get help from there. And
But
if you have,
sorry, go on please.
yeah, if you have any questions and you want to ask something, you can always post it on the Stack Exchange.
Fair point. As a developer, let's say I'm getting onto Sitecore, and what are the other channels where I can directly go ahead and talk to people to know more about? I mean, I know you mentioned YouTube channels and YouTube and blogs and this and that.
Yeah. You can refer to Sitecore user group sessions that are also filled with knowledge and new technologies, so you can get updated with the new trends in Sitecore. And also you can refer to Sitecore as its own YouTube channel, and that has also learning videos, so you can also refer to that.
Cool. Well, thank you for your inputs and thank you for your time, Nilay. It was great having you on Sitecore Tech Talks. Well, my dear family, that was Nilay Patel for you. Hope you enjoyed this session.
Thank you very much, Varun.